Hello there. So I was recently at Niftie Fifties and I was lucky enough to get their top tier package. So I wanted to show you all the pins that I got at the boards and at the event. Now because I had the top tier package, I got to go in earlier than everybody else. So there was about 150 of us. And then on the second day, we had a jumbo Ellie board. They called it mini jumbos, but they were really big. I would consider those jumbos. And they've never done that before. It was also the first time they've ever had this Disney pin event at Disneyland. So while there are some people complaining about it and there were things that could have gone better, they did a beautiful job at trying to make the experience as best as they could, given that they had never done it before. And from what I talked to cast members, they also didn't get any collaboration with the Disney World people who have put together this event in the past. So they were kind of flying blind and they tried to do the best that they could. And I had a great time. So I'm going to share with you what I got. I'll stay till the end so you can see the amazing pins. Ready? Let's do this. Let's start with the things that we got as part of our package. So we got that lanyard that you just saw. We also got this D that is super sparkly. Let's see how I can place it so you can see it best. There you go. So it's a dangle. So it hangs off of your lanyard. It kind of reminds me of those bolo ties that cast members used to get. I don't know if they still do. But this thing is big. Look how big it is. And if you flip it around, it has the Mickey waffling like a pin would. And this is Ellie of 150. And it was designed by Jess Willis, who was there. And she was kind enough to sign it for me. So none of the pins that I'm going to show you today are for sale or for trade. They're just part of my personal collection. Here's the first set of pins. So this one is the welcome pin that they gave everybody that attended the event. And this is the goodbye pin. They seem to always do that, give you two. These are super cute. They're sparkly and they're in the theme. So Niftie Fifties, so kind of a blast from the past type of theming. So I'm keeping them, and I think I also got them signed. I think they're Ellie. What does this say? 800. So that would be how many people were at the event, because everybody got one. Then, as part of my premium package, we also got two mystery AP or PP pins. So these were mine and these were Jim's. So this one's actually missing the little princess. And I looked it up and the little princess that goes in here is Lilo from Lilo and Stitch, which I guess isn't a princess. But all four of them are APs. So that one's going into my Halloween collection. Now this Tiana one, I think her dress got scratched up, which is a shame, but they're both very nice pins. So that's what we got at the beginning. So then I combined the pins that we got on the first day, because the first day we could do regular boards, and then I combined those on this board with the ones we got from the games on the second day. So I used all my regular tabs on the first day, which later turned out to be the right call. So out of all of my pins, the most valuable ones, the rarest ones that I pulled were these two. Let me show you. This top one is from a previous event. It says friends and family, has a little hidden Mickey in the and it's a PP. You can see it right there, which means pre-production. That's what the pin goes through before it's approved by the artist. It's pre-production, PP, and then AP, artist proof, and then it goes into production. So this one's a PP and it's an LE limited edition of 200. So that one's really cool. I almost didn't pick it because it's kind of an odd shape for a pen, but after I got it, I was like, whoa, that's super cool. So you never know what's hidden. And then the other one, like I said, is this one, Sven, and that one's super sparkly. I think this is a puzzle piece I saw online. There's another puzzle of Olaf that goes into this one, but I didn't see that one. This one's a 2PP. So that means that they ran the PP, the pre-production, twice. They must have not liked what happened with the first one, so they had to run a second one before they got to the AP. So that makes this one super cool and super valuable. I've only had, this is my second PP. So they're kind of rare to see. So I'm pretty stoked. I'm stoked with everything I got. I got very excited. So then we have this Dumbo one, and this one's artist proof. And then this one opens up, has a meal in it. I had somebody, while I was in line, I was telling them what I had found, and he wanted it, but I kept it because I like it. He was saying that this was for the grand opening of the ride Ratatouille at Epcot, but 2020 is when COVID hit. So it actually didn't open when it was supposed to open. So apparently that makes this one rare. So this one was his grail. That's the term that they use when there's a pen that you really, really want that's hard to get. So he was negotiating for it, but unfortunately I want to keep it. Well, unfortunate for him, but fortunate for me. So this one is artist proof, and it's also limited release, which means that it was released during a small time frame. That's those. And then there's Oswald over here, which I don't normally collect, but I saw him on the board. He's also limited release, I believe. Somebody was telling me that there were some Oswalds that were released on the boards that hadn't been released at the parks. So that made them super rare, but I don't know much about Oswald's. I don't think it's this one. I think this one's a regular one, but I don't know. But if you're an Oswald collector and know more about those than I do, feel free to tell me. And here's Simba. I saw several from this collection, and then you rotate it. I guess those are Leo and the stone for Leo, and that's why they put Simba there. Also an artist proof. This one's pretty big. You can see it on the top. It's not consistent where you get that AP symbol. It can be anywhere on the pen. It could be super tiny or really big. So then let's move up. So then there's this Olaf, and this Olaf rotates. That one's an artist proof. And there's Stitch with leaves. This one's from the contemporary Christmas one. And Tinkerbell flips over, you can see. And the red's shiny, has like glitter on it. And then this one's a terrarium, and it has Naveen and what's her name? Tiana, the princess, inside. I thought it's kind of missing the top and the side, but I looked it up and I think that's what they're supposed to look like. So it's an artist proof. So if you get an artist proof or a PP that seems to be missing a hinge or something, that's normal. Because they don't put those accessories until the end, until they've approved the piece. So this Mickey, super cool. It's fairly big too. But this one I didn't find any markings on it. It's a fig pin. I hadn't seen a fig pin that was flat. All the fig pins that I've always seen are standing up. So he's cool. So Stitch birthday, or an artist proof. Haunted Mansion. Jim likes Haunted Mansion, Jungle Cruise. So he pulled that one. That one's an artist proof. This one, Mr. Incredible, has a glass element. So when I pick it up, you can see my finger underneath it. You can see the light. So this is glass, the map. Also an artist proof. You can see it pretty big right there. So basically the only way to get artist proof is from one of these events. So they're very sought after. So Dr. Facilier, artist proof. This one's from Epcot International Food and Wine. Mickey's an artist proof. I think this Olaf, also from Epcot Festival of the Holidays. This one didn't have any markings on it. But it is Ellie 4000, so that makes it a cool pin to have. And then Dumbo, which will go on my Dumbo section on my board. Artist proof, and is also Ellie 2500. Yeah. So these are the regular pulls. Now a mistake that I seem to see when people go up to the board is that they're looking only for their character. Remember, we have 60 seconds to pick what's on the board that we want. But if you don't see a pin that's from your collection, that's okay. Just pick something that looks good, that maybe would trade well, and then you can trade it with somebody else. There were people ahead of me that were so disappointed, and glass is half full, people, not half empty. Okay, so here's the first one. This is huge. This is from the jumbo board that I was telling you before. It's actually heavy. I wish I could show you how heavy, and look how big it is. Super shiny, heart. It has the letters to Disneyland. Many people wanted this one. They were asking me for it, but like I said, I'm keeping it. So this one's Ellie 1500 and is also an artist proof. You can see the artist proof there. And let me put it in the right spot. It has this little kickstand. So not only does it have the tabs that you could put it on a board, you could also put it on your desk. So like that. Ta-ta. So you can look at your pin. There's that one. Then there's this guy. Star Tours is one of my favorite rides. So when I saw that there was something Star Tours, I had to have it. Also from Disneyland. There were a lot of pins there that were from Disney World, but I was glad to have pulled some that were from Disneyland, since the event was at Disneyland. So Ellie 500, this one's from the D23 Expo. And I don't think this one was artist proof. But still, amazing. Okay, there's that. So let me show you the other stuff. This was Jim's favorite pin. Finding Nemo. Look at that. This is a huge pin. So for reference, here's my hand. Isn't that insane? And it's super pretty. It has Squirt and Nemo and all his fishy friends from school and Mr. Ray. Beautiful colors. So this one is an Ellie of 1000. And also is an AP or PP, but still an amazing pin. And then the last jumbo I got is this one. It's a puzzle piece. Remember these games? I used to have this when I was a kid in the 80s. There were plastic little things that you would move to make a puzzle. That's what this guy is. And this one's from a previous event. So one family, and it's Ellie 750, and it's an artist proof. But the biggest problem with this one is, I don't know if you can see it. Let me see if I tip it. It's super scratched here, and super scratched at the side. I think all these pins were thrown in a bag and mailed to Disneyland. They weren't carefully packed. So unfortunately, that meant that a lot of the jumbos that did come out of the boards had scratches on it. And since you only have 60 seconds to look at them, you didn't really have much time to inspect it like you would if you were at an event or something. So that was unfortunate because whoever packed it didn't appreciate or understand the value of packing it carefully. But even though it's scratched up like that, I love it. It's nice and big. So that does it for my pins that I got at Niftie Fifties official Disney pin event. Tell me down below which one you like the most. Until next time.